Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Northern Arena with Vansili and Launders as we're going to get ready for this matchup on Cobble. So there was actually no veto maps actually for this matchup here for Ace and 3Sup. It's actually, they both agreed to just play this map. So interesting turn of events there. But we'll be giving you guys the action for this one here, and then as soon as that one's done, we'll hop in to the CLG matchup versus Nexus to see what's going to be the outcome out of that one indeed. So, Cobble, what do you think here?
Cobble is a map that consists of 80% long B rushes and then 20% hit A's, just so that you don't play 5 and B as a CT. I mean, really, it is going to depend on how confident 3Sup are and just going into a default and working map control. We saw them on Dust 2, though, like just really commit to rushes a lot. And I wonder if it was because of their matchup or if because they are just really good at 5-man hitting a site and doing it early. They were losing a lot in their defaults, and that's why they did commit to doing those 5-man hits. But that can't be your only game plan, right? So hopefully they will try to pull some other hats out of the bag. Now, they are going up against Ace Gaming, who didn't do so well in their first 2 matches. Went 0-2.
Both of these teams are actually 0-2, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yes, indeed. I mean, you're looking at Ace Gaming, who on paper has pretty decent fragging power. I mean, you have Glorance, Hitman, McNutty. They've played some, I guess, Invite back in the day before it was actually called Professional into CEVO and ESEA. So they do have experience. They've been around in the scene for a long time as well. Rabbit also has played in the Invite, Invite scene before they actually got dropped as well. So we'll see what's going to happen with that matchup there, and how is it going to be called by E-Mode. We'll see the knife round first, but as you mentioned before, 3Sup being really strong in terms of rushes that they had towards this Dust 2 map. You're seeing a lot more faster hits actually on Cobble these days, especially towards that drop zone.
Yeah.
And aggressive pushes by the CT side as well to actually look towards the entrance of Long B to try to cover it up at first if there's actually no smokes, right? But we'll see what's going to happen if we're going to see 3Sup play a little bit more aggressively there, depending who's going to win this knife round first. In your opinion, this is still, because you were talking about how Scadudo was mentioning how Dust 2 seems to be more heavy towards the T side these days. Cobble, do you still think it's going to be more even in terms of like 8-7 scores, 9-6 is what we usually see in favor of T side?
The thing about Cobble for me is that, like, when I look at this map, I see a map that has sites that have really bad cover. So like on B site, you have really finicky cover where the most OP spot is fully spammable, and that's the chicken coop, right?
Yeah.
It's a really good spot, but it's so spammable that you can be neutralized in that spot. You can be molly out of it.
Yeah, the molly is huge.
Yeah, so the one thing about it is that you can peek both sides. You're at the back of the site, so no one can come from another angle. So you're relatively safe if they don't know you're there. But once they know you're there, it can be hard to get a kill. So you kind of have to hit your first shot. Ace Gaming do win the knife round. I assume they're going to go with T side, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. The thing is that, like, you can win like a nice 9 rounds on T side or CT side, but
and still lose.
And still lose. Yeah, and still lose. That's a good way to wrap that up. Now, I mean, that is the point, though. And I think that is what's interesting about like CS right now, is that like a lot of maps, it's kind of really uncertain as to how CT side or how T sided the map can be, especially with these custom maps like Overpass and Cobble, where Overpass it almost feels T sided sometimes, and Cobble it feels like it's supposed to be T sided, but again you can see positive halves going on both sides both ways.
And let's look at 3's upside, because they had a tough loss against CLG 16-1. They had a very tough loss against Nexus 16-14. Professor Chaos, we've seen him play very well in terms of the matches that has happened so far, but do you feel like there's a little bit of disappointing performances more coming in from the other players, such as like Jason R or Abe? We actually heard about them a lot less, actually. They've been pretty silent, pretty quiet in the matches that they've played.
Yeah, no, Jason R is like a super strong rifler, and it is surprising to me to like see him have these quiet maps. I mean, it is going to happen, right? But that is definitely a good point to bring up. I mean, they've got like all this fragging potential, but is everybody coming on at the same time? I mean, even Wabbit was having trouble having impact with his op, which was a big deal, especially on CT side of Dust 2, I feel.
Yeah.
So I think that does matter.
You do look at him. I mean, we've seen matches in the past. I mean, I've casted a few matches online. I think with with Dust actually back then for MLG when they were playing on Mirage. This guy just doesn't miss any single op shots.
Yeah,
We've seen on
Wabbit
Dust
is-
too when we were looking at it. It took him like 2 shots to try to land one with 3 guys rushing at him. Usually it's easy when you're peeking 1v1.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be connecting as well for Wabbit for how things have panned out for him, I guess, in the last 2 matches that they've played.
Yeah.
I mean, even Arya himself, I mean, he is the in-game leader. He's trying to call as much as he can, but usually you could still see him put a huge impact in terms of frags for the team too, but you just can't rely just on Professor Chaos to try to carry the team there.
Yeah, I mean that was almost the story for Nexus as well with Ape on Dust 2. I mean he was just going, doing everything he could, and every time they'd come to his site they'd lose the round, but he would get 3 kills, and it was kind of like that was 3 Steps problem in the past 2 maps, just like overall, not even just in that one situation where they rush their player on B. But will the long B rushes translate into even stronger rushes? Because like a B rush on Dust 2 is like one of the worst, hardest things that you can do as a terrorist. Something that you want to do off of reaction, right, to catch a team off guard. But it's not something you can go to as like a solid B take, since there's only like 1 tunnel entrance. You have to do a mid B split at the very least. But we saw 3Sep just go 5 out tunnel and win rounds constantly. And on Cobble, it's a very different map. Long B hits, totally viable. 5-man LB, do it on pistol, do it on rifle, do it on anti-eco. It can work every time. So maybe that is going to work in their favor. And I guess if Ace Gaming saw the last map, they might wonder if the same questions. I might wonder actually if the same questions appear in their minds.
I wouldn't be surprised as well if it's going to be a 4-man push and one lurking towards a drop zone. They try
Sure.
to catch rotations and also catch not only rotations but flanks inside the drop zone area, but also rotations from connector from A to B. I mean, we saw the knife round. Ace Gaming won it, and they decided to stay, so they'll be starting off on T side first. What do you think needs to come out of 3Sep? Because now we'll really see if it's effective for them to have the double op setup for 3Sep side. By having an op possibly on to Arya and Wabbit at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I'd obviously like not to see them have like more than 1 op on T side, just because that'll like hinder their mobility so greatly. But
they'll start on CT first. So
oh yeah, on CT, I mean, they totally could. Like one of the great things about A side is that you can have like 1 op there, and he can go aggressive at long at the beginning of the round, take a peek, try to find a pick, make it 5v4 right away. If he doesn't, he can rotate back to spawn, watch the lower A come up, and people don't usually go long A super late. So you can count on like 1 person at A and then have 4 towards B, 1 watching each side of drop, and 2 dedicated to the long B hit in case that happens, and be very secure. And if you have an op at Chicken Coop while you have 1 at A, then you have a really good use of 2 oppers on sites.
So we're looking back at 3Sep's roster as well. They actually did come in with, I think their manager, but also their coach as well. They actually used Garrett Bambro as their coach for 3Sep. Garrett, if you guys aren't familiar with him, he played for EG Canada towards the end of 1.6. Also played for San Francisco Optics in a CGS days in Source. So he was actually a predominant player for a bit. I think he played just maybe half a season or something like that before Optics became like very strong with the roster that they had. But to have Garrett has been kind of quiet ever since he left the CGS scene. Now to see him come back and become a coach after being away for so long, I don't think it adds that much to 3Sep's roster in terms of calling. But
Yeah.
we'll see if that's going to change things up, as we did have microphone issues with Emote. He's now back, and we're about to go live here for this matchup between Ace Gaming and 3Sep on Cobble. For Ace Gaming, we do have McDunny, Hitman, Emote, Glorance, and Fennec. And for 3Sep, we do have Abe, Wabbit, Professor Chaos, Arya, and Jason R. Funny thing is, some banter went on towards the MM1 at the warm-up. Whoever wins this matchup gets to keep their name, and that was a chat between Fennec and Wabbit to see who keeps it. But Arya gets the opening kill, but quickly traded out.
What's really interesting is we see 3 towards long, but no bomb has been spotted, so they might know that it's over towards the B site, and they would be right. Actually hitting long B and falling off of it.
Well, that was a huge flash that came through, though, to hold them back a bit.
And I wonder what their original plan was. I think they wanted to show the bomb at B, but since everyone was spotted at A, they had to reconfigure their strategy, and it looks like they have, and now they are all grouped towards A versus 1 single player on the site. That's Wabbit. He's got to lock it down. If he doesn't hit a shot right now, the bomb will most likely go down, and they'll lose.
So Professor Chaos on a rotation. 1 guy was inside that vent, and just like that, Ace Gaming gets the pistol round against 3Sep, and have they? I think they won only one pistol round so far, right? For threes up for the matches that we've casted so far. I mean, this is not what we expect. I mean, wow. They lost to Nexus, who are a pug, basically, and they might lose to Ace Game. Well, I mean, it's the first round, so let's just jump to conclusions.
Vensely's Twitch chat, just GG right after the pistol.
Easy skins. But Emo gets the opening kill here as they're going to try to lurk down towards the entrance of B. Lawrence also trying to spot it out. He does see Wabbit, puts him down to 83, but the crossfire is still strong, though, for their side. They flash up to try to peek out, but little did they know they didn't have enough information. Three guys were actually playing further back. They line him up in Fennec inside the drop zone, as we were calling before. That aggressive push towards B, long B, and then one guy towards drop zone to try to go for the flank. Works out well for them.
Now they're going to hang on to these couple of SMGs that they have. Look for an easy third round. They really don't want this to be expensive. Abe and Professor K actually have nades. I wonder what they're going to use it for, if they're going to try to double nade drop or maybe pacify a long B hit. And it looks like, yeah, the nades are going into drop. Oh, but one responds.
So Hitman gets the MP7 kill, and we are now looking at them lurking towards this B area. Bomb is still holding a little bit farther back. They just want to try to see if there's a stack first for threes up towards this B bomb site. But so far, they've only come in contact with Jason R, who's currently playing towards that statue area at the default bomb spot. He's getting a little bit of damage from a nade, but really they're keeping it for a 1v1, trying to bait out any opponents coming through so that A could come through and try to get a kill. Meanwhile, though, action is going to be happening towards this A site, so Professor Chaos has to come in big. He spots the first one, couldn't line it up because they do not have any armor, so that aim punch is strong right now up against threes up. So the end of the day should be the easy round coming in for Ace Gaming with a 5-on-1 situation with the bomb plant.
It's actually super important that they don't lose a man here. I mean, they are going to save some SMGs, and oh, it looks like Rabbit actually goes down. Almost a player not worth chasing, I feel like, but since they had a couple of SMGs, it's not a big deal. They can recycle that AK and drop that MAC-10 that's left over, buy up, and have a really strong economy going into this first rifle round.
Interesting enough as well, Professor Chaos, who usually was playing towards that A-site APC, I wonder if he's going to use that MAC-7 to play more towards that drop zone, because we have started seeing a little bit more shotgun action towards that area to hold it up. And even on top of that, I think they're going to try to go for a boost to take control of that with the MAC-7. So the nades come in first, and that's 3 that's thrown. So they should expect a stack coming through, and there's that aggressive peek that I was telling you about long B. And Wabbit gets the first frag of this round. Trying to turn things around for threes up here.
Yeah, we have 4 towards B, 1 at A, actually with a rifle to his name, Arya, the M4A4, pretty aggressive towards lower. Is going to have a lot of information in terms of what he can hear, but all the terrorists have congregated into rotator positions. It's unclear where they want the bomb to go.
Yeah. Well, they did lose a man early in the round, so...
And look at that, Arya getting that information on lower A. But is it misinformation? Because Emo comes up right behind him and takes him down.
So that's a 4 versus 4 situation. His fate could still work towards this A site, but Jason R decides to peek again before the smoke went out. So he's able to drop that bomb carrier, so this is going to be huge for threes up to just focus out towards B. But Emo is trying to fly through to connector. Cannot connect. No pun intended to Wabbit. He's going to try to get him up behind that boulder. Nice op shot coming through, and that's a 1-minute advantage coming in again. Make that 2 as Abe drops Fennec inside the connector side. So McNutty picks up the bomb. He has under 20 seconds to work with. But he's just going to try to get a kill here. No, actually the X-ray threw me off, so his opponent is actually on the other side of the connector. But that drop is going to give his position away, and threes up puts a point on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and right after that, Ace Gaming putter to a halt. They get the 5v4, and then they just start dropping men left and right to the point that they had nothing. And
did you see Garrett in the back? So Garrett, the coach, was in the back there talking to the team, and then he just looked towards the side and was like, and shrugged. He's like, in his mind, it's probably like, am I saying the right things? Nonetheless, 3-1 is our score. We do have the smokes coming through from both sides, actually, so Emo might push this aggressively and come through towards B. So we're going to force out anybody that's going to be towards that chicken coop. But they actually have a boost up on that tree.
Looks like he lined that molly up to make it optimal. And will he actually get into the side? He does. Goes right through the smoke. Sneaks in. He will spot a man, but at what cost? He's made a lot of noise now. He's put himself in danger. He gets a frag for his efforts, and he's going to wrap around the statue and finds another 2 entries off of that. What? And the
and a flawless
entire
round.
CT team melts.
Yeah, what happened there? Like,
Emode throws a molly into the chicken coop, jumps out through his smoke by himself, and then finds 2 frags. I mean, what more is there to say? I mean, he just he cleaned up there.
you can see that he's very hydrated and still on point with all those bottles of water on the table right next to him. But 4-1, that changes things around, and that totally resets the economy of 3s up. They're just with pistols now. Oh, the only thing they have is a flash. So I think at this point they wanted to try to save that flash and go for an aggressive push, but they decided to push through the mid doors without it. The trade comes through. They're going to try to pick up the AK-47, but we still have support from that mid area, and they actually dropped the bomb carrier, so the pistols come back in favor, and now it's 3 AKs in the hands of 3s up with the bomb down. But McNutty and Glorens, they have no idea where they are, so they could still lurk around and even it back, because you're with AKs against people with no armor. I think they're going to try to wrap all the way around, try to get these guys, but this is a great save for 3s up.
Yeah, I mean, there's very little that Ace Gaming can do right now. I mean, the bomb is just so far away from them. With the time remaining, I mean, they have to get the bomb and then plant it as well. So do they want to go after this and risk losing their guns, or do they want to just save straight up? And it looks like Lawrence, looking to take a fight, almost gave up his gun and all his nades, but he's going to burn him anyway.
So 33 seconds left on the clock.
This is a rough one. I mean, you almost have to frag out at this point.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't see how you could ever get a bomb plant. I mean, after that kill, it could have been different, but
Thank you, Staircase, and then Abe gets the last one. So
most likely we're saving in that situation, I think. I mean, they have money, so I guess the way they saw it was, let's make this expensive, even though we'll lose, or I'm not sure. But getting the bomb and then getting the bomb down, it would have been a near impossible task. I feel like it would have just had to been a situation where everyone died.
no matter what, Ace Gaming made it expensive for that round. I think, again, it's because they were playing against guys with no armor, so maybe they would have had a better chance to win the firefights. But you're right, they should have just saved those 2 AKs, maybe drop him to try to get an op in the hands of probably McNutty should be the one opping for the team. But Jason R opening things up, so it's a full gun round coming in here, and it's the double op setup coming in for the CT side, and Fnatic dropping 2 into danger zone. He's trying to go for a trip kill, and he sees the pre-fire coming through from Jason R. Meanwhile, we are falling all across here for the CT side, and nice TK from Hitman onto his opponent, or onto his teammate, should I say. Denies a triple kill there from Fnatic.
That is, that's rough. I mean, Rabbit just got 2 kills, or Fnatic just got 2 kills and got taken down, and that actually makes the round different. Like, that completely changes the round.
Yeah, because the bomb is not planted. Now Glorens is pinned between 2 guys. We do have Arya that's watching that bomb, so Jason R is going to go for the full flank. So this was a good start for Ace Gaming, but that TK just turned the whole round around.
I love the initiative on this rotate just to make it really quick and to make sure that they can trade 1 for 1. I mean, that's just the best way to play a 2v1. But actually, Jason R kind of extended a little bit too far, and he sees the nade coming across. I obviously going to go for a plant here too, and 10 seconds remaining. I mean, he's just got to go and get the bomb down. Yeah, but he's already on the site, so he can do it safely. Yeah.
Arya hears it. He's chasing him down. Bomb is now planted. Just around the corner, so Glorens is going to hear him as well. So it's going to be a pistol coming through with the 5-7. Glorens cannot connect, so Arya comes in, gets the kill with the 5-7. You can see that look of disappointment there. As he wails his arm in the air. I had that. Bomb is now defused, and it's going to be now 4-3, with 3s up coming back in this game and coming back strong.
Yeah, if you could have made up ground by winning that round, I mean, that would have changed the fact that TK came out, but that actually was such an important trade, and one that went the wrong way for Ace Gaming. So now Ace 3-Sup are going to be having what looks like not even the best buy, but they are going to have 2 ops. And I think Jason R most likely have this Mag 7 close to drop. It looks like the outside. Seems like he's playing rotator position. Maybe close along B.
So you can see it from the T side. They're holding it a little bit more cautiously this time, losing, what, 2 rounds in a row? They're still going for a full buy. and a force buy, actually. So McNutty only has a P250, but the rest of his teammates have AK, with the exception of as well of Glorins. He does have armor to work with his Tech 9.
Now, Arya is kind of a man on an island here. Does have a teammate in connector, fast rotated over, with a lot of presence toward A. I think someone wants to come late drop, but Emo gets the better of him.
That's actually miscommunication there. They're both looking towards the same angle, and because of that, Emo gets his second kill onto that ramp at mid. That's crazy. So then the bomb is now planted. Wabbit setting up, missing the op shot, trying to go for a second one. Finally connects there onto Emo, but to the loss of another player. So it's a 4-on-2. Nice shot there as he drops down, trying to connect with the third one, but misses it, and McNutty capitalizes on the kill. So Jason R is going to be the LMS 3 versus 1, and he's actually still going to try to go for it. Gets one spray for one, and does not capitalize on the other two, but that was a mistake. You mentioned it here, Launders. You have Arya on an island, on the top of the roof, looking down towards mid. His teammate decides to look down towards mid as well from the connector side, so that gave a huge opening for Emo to get 2 quick taps for the opening.
Yeah, simply not calling what you're watching or asking what your teammate is watching is definitely a bit of miscommunication, and one that cost them the round. So 3-Sep now are on just a Zeus buy. Just have a couple of Zeuses, both in drop, it looks like, and Rabbit just cleaning them up, staying far away from them and getting the 4K.
Trying to go for a midair Zeus kill. Just a little bit too far there for that kill. So that's 6-3 now with possibly, yeah, it's a double safe actually set up now, or a situation for 3s up. So they were trying to get those Zeus kills, maybe pick up some guns there, but at the same time with pistols, they couldn't get any kills at all. So we're going to attempt one more time with P250s across the board, except for Abe with the 5-7. Mario with another Zeus and probably a P2K, so just going to hide through this smoke to try to get a few kills. It's still a very slow play for Ace Gaming, expecting aggressive play. And if you're looking at it, actually, Launders, you have a 4-man stack for the CT side at B.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't really anything more than they've done on the previous rounds, but Ace Gaming have managed to find their way around it. I mean, will they just commit to a hit, though? That's the question. And will that Molly do anything? Wabbit does get pushed out of position, and that is a first kill. That can make a huge difference, but instead of actually committing to long B, they just vacate it.
Well, they have one lurking towards A, right? And he hasn't spotted anything yet. But Arya is still inside the A halls, though. Oh, they might have heard him. I think they might have heard him. Abe is going to get the kill, though. That looks like he was towards that drop zone area. And Arya's going on a big flank now. 40 seconds left on the clock.
That's Zeus flank.
Still looking to be in favor of Ace Gaming, and that Zeus flank does not pay off in the end. So the bomb will get planted at the A bomb site now. But it is a 2-on-4 situation, and it's time for setups for 3s up with the Zeus for exits. Emo's going to drop him. So Abe made it all the way back, and he's going to attempt to save his gun in the washrooms, in the potty. I was going to say something mean, but
I want to hear it.
no,
I want to hear it.
It's not going to happen.
The stream wants to know.
No.
You can't do this to the people. Oh,
It's black on the door. There you go. Emo gets the kill. 7-3 will be our score.
that's rough. He does get him. That red, he saw it. And yeah, that's Ace Gaming. Like, it seemed like they made a couple of missteps. 3-Sep were able to capitalize, and then Ace Gaming still like won the key rifle rounds that allowed them to get double save. So now they're coming into this 3-7, and it looks like a long B hit to kick it off. With the momentum, I like this, but are not committing out. Ate some great flashes, I think. Abe looking right under the smoke, however.
I don't think they know that Hitman's there too either, though. And Hitman's going to catch Jason R. He's going to be able to get this flank. He sees Abe. After all these shots, he never turns around. And now long range, we get the op kill from McNutty onto Wabbit inside the drop zone. And just like that, it's a 5-on-1. And it's going to be the last one dying at the flank side. And
They delayed hit long B. It worked out really well.
Yeah.
The way that they're dry peeking this box, however, if you had an op at Chicken Coop, he would have a free shot almost every single round. And I wonder if they wanted to do that or not. I don't know if they had enough money for ops, however, so I don't want to talk about that too much. But if they do in future rounds, every time that Ace Gaming go long B, they just send someone straight across the box, and that's pretty much like every European game that I cast. It's just have an op at chicken coop, wait for the smoke to pop out long B, and then watch the opposite side of the box to see if someone does a wide peek or lurks out, and punish them for it. And this is one of the situations where they would get away with a lot of kills if they did that.
Now this is overconfidence coming in from Ace Gaming. No smokes, no flash to start things off. Glorins just walked out, got the first kill. Good flash came out from 3s up, actually. They had 2 guys pinned after that flash, but just couldn't get the kill after. And just like that, now they're peeking 1 by 1, and Jason R will be falling down to Glorins as well. He's trying to bring up his stats by getting those eco kills. Now the bomb is planted towards A, with PC just looking to salvage that M4 from Glorins.
Jeez, Professor Chaos actually has no kills so far.
There's one.
I lied.
At least you know where he's at, so he's going to try to save that M4, but you could see it over that minimap. They're hunting him down, coming from all angles, also coming through towards T-spawn, and that is going to be the Opper of McNutty. He's going to hear the footsteps moving up towards that tower. No, nobody peeks up the window when you're saving your gun, McNutty. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be a 9-3 score, and surprisingly at this point, though, wouldn't you think that 3s up would maybe need a timeout? You're allowed 1 per half, so.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe they feel like they know what they're doing. There's situations where you need a timeout where you just don't have enough time to come to an agreement on something. Sometimes the spirit's just dead, and really, like, I mean, I guess a timeout could be used tactically for that reason. But sometimes you feel like you're doing what's working, except for your teammates aren't hitting shots. Like, it does come down to that sometimes. I mean, you can have the correct setup and still lose, and maybe they do feel like they know what they're supposed to be doing, but it's not working. And here it looks like they have a better defense already, though Emo comes out and trades. He's been getting those entry frags most of the time, and there is Professor Chaos spotting someone at drop, and he's just got to keep him busy. And yeah.
Oh my God! How did that op shot miss? They actually flashed him out. Hitman was on the top. We saw it from his point of view. He was fully blinded. Wabbit came in face to face with Emote, missed that op shot, and is still got a bomb plant. Nonetheless, they're closing in now. It's a 3 versus 2 now with 3 versus 1. With Glorins have to play in a different angle. Gets the first kill. Trying to go for a flash peek, but Wabbit will get that kill with the AWP, so he redeems himself right there. The fuse will come in, and that's going to be 9-4 in the first half. So far, still for Ace Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a streak from Ace Gaming. It's not going to be so bad if the Ace 3-sub actually do manage to salvage the last 2 rounds, so I wouldn't be surprised if the momentum shifts, depending on how this round goes specifically. I mean, it is going to be a low buy once again. I mean, they do have 2 ops. I guess they're just choosing to have that Mag 7, as it can be more proficient to have this weapon than maybe an M4, depending on the location you play it at. It looks like Professor Chaos is going to be playing drop with it. Does whiff a molly, but I don't know if it'll matter.
We're going to try to bring him out towards that chicken coop again, and Wabbit is actually opping towards the statue. And one more time to get the opening kill.
That's all you have to do. If they keep picking that opposite side of the box, like they do that every single round, I mean, you got to punish them for it eventually. And
so far, when they had first blood, they were able to win that round. So we'll see if the trend continues in favor of 3s up. Still one more with the 1-minute advantage as the trade comes through. And Arya now going to work as well. So at least on that big flank, nobody's watching it. And it's going to be the op war coming in with Arya and Wabbit. Cleaning up Ace Gaming, just those 2 together.
Yeah, now Ace Gaming get that 9th round. I mean, or excuse me, that was no 3-sub to get their 5th, and yeah, they're going to be going on 6 here. They've got it feels like they found their groove, right?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it's a little too late. I guess I would have said that, if Ace Gaming were on like 10, 11, but at this point where Ace Gaming have 9, I mean, they wish they would have figured it out earlier, but of course they didn't. But it won't be too big of a loss to eat. 1-for-1 trades coming out though. Emote finding another kill. And he has been so good at that, trading and also entrying on this map.
We just have a quick score update for you guys. So CLG Blue versus Nexus already finished with a final score of 16-6 in favor of CLG Blue. So
wow,
no surprise coming through out of that. So
this is already a closer game.
Yep. So good thing we stuck to this one. As we got Ashen towards that middle side. Abe trying to connect on a second one. That's going for that shoulder peek.
Whoa. Whoa.
There you go. So McNutty falls, and it's 2 versus 2, and it's double op versus double AKs, and Emo's going to try to go for a knife. Okay, never mind. He's going to come out with the one tap onto Jason R. End the first half here, 10-5 in favor of T side, but you mentioned at the beginning of this game, Leonard, it's not over yet with a 10-5 score.
It's not over. Yeah, not at all. I mean, 3-Sep didn't, I think, really wanted that 6th round. I think that would have meant a lot for them. Their confidence, the fact that they had like a really good CT thing going. I mean, it was only a couple rounds in a row that they did that. But definitely Ace Gaming earned themselves this half. They won the breadth of the rounds. They won 5 in a row. They won 5 in a row in the midst of the half, and I think we'll come into this half with confidence. I mean, it is still going to come down a lot down to pistols. We saw the first pistol go to Ace Gaming.
Yes. Confirmed. But this round here, Abe is going to open it up onto Emote at the A site. PC moving up with his teammates as well. They spot one towards the connector, one towards the balcony as well. And it's going to be Hitman going to work with his teammates, and just like that, it's now a 3-on-2. At least they get a bomb plant down, 4 threes up. Jason R, both of them pinned inside the site, 4 threes up. And they're getting dispatched. Now Wabbit will have to try to clutch a 2 versus 1. And they're peeking 1 by 1. This is not good, but McNutty comes in at the end of the day, gets the kill, comes in for the defuse. And I don't know if Emote notices it, but his headphones are not connected. The Siberias he had.
They're just for noise canceling, though. Right?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. He's wearing it.
Oh, okay. All right. Good meme. Well played. Yeah, Ace
Maybe that's
Gaming.
how he frags. He just can't hear anything. He'll just run out and get kills. That's why he's playing it so aggressively.
No, Ace Gaming have 2 pistols on this map. I mean, 3-Sep have won 5 hard rounds, like kind of individually, and pretty much they have all pretty much been rifle rounds. So there is something to say about that. But the fact of the matter is, once you win 2 pistol rounds, you don't have to do that much work to actually secure the map.
So now we'll see what happens now. 3-Sep setting up for a push towards this. Well, it looks like it could be a fake now towards B. And then if they're able to commit through this, maybe connect through the connector and go for a mid to B. No, the other guys are walking back towards B, so it'll be a push towards B.
Yeah.
But Lawrence is towards the back of the platform at long B.
I'm not sure they caused the rotations they wanted to. I mean, they're still dedicated to the back of the site B, which is not what they want to see.
Because of 4-man rotation into the B site, so it's going to be submachine guns against the pistols. PC still trying to get another opening, but does not work. Abe now the last man standing. Couldn't weed out Fennec in the back of the chicken coop. Things are not looking hot for 3-Sep once again. So 12-5 our score in favor of Ace Gaming.
Yeah, you look at rounds like those and you really think that, well, you look at rounds like those and you see like, okay, the scoreline, you know, means that this is just the second round after you lose a pistol. You don't have to win it. But in 3-Sep's case, they really needed that just to swing the momentum back in their favor, to swing the economy back in their favor, to halt Ace Gaming's win streak, because they've won 3 in a row so far, and to allow them to equalize, because at this point it's looking grim. They're at that 12th round. And, oh, whoa, that was a quick kill. Just to shut down some aggression. And it looks like, whoa, armor buy once again. They actually armored up again.
Yeah, they did get that bomb plant coming through, so they went for that pistol drop AK-47. That does not seem to work this time. The bomb is still down, yet to be planted, picked up by Professor Chaos, but at least they able to hurt the economy of Ace Gaming and also get another bomb plant here. So that's a guaranteed $800 if they lose the round for the whole team. On top of, yeah, there you go. On top of how many rounds they've lost so far, like 3 now?
4 now. I mean, including the last round of the last half. But yeah, this will be a third in this half, and it's just been clean. They almost lost that round. The bomb plant going down is nice for 3-Sep, but it's only a consolation prize. They armored up, right? So they really invested in winning it, and they couldn't steal back the momentum. So they're pretty much do or die at this point. It's almost by every round, and it looks like, yeah, they're just going to be investing one more time. I mean, I think they're looking to win that round or bust, and it seems like bust at this point. Now, they do technically have a better buy than they did last round, but are their hopes better? It's hard to say. The economy only gets stronger for Ace Gaming, and every time they drop a gun now, it turns into an op.
did manage to damage a little bit more by getting those 3 kills with the pistol round that they had before. Just gonna run straight up mid. At least the first trade comes through. Jason R gets the first kill of this round towards long A. Quickly traded out by a crossfire set up by Ace Gaming though. So Wabbit's gonna try to watch that flank. Fnatic already pushed through into rotation though with the bomb plant coming through, and Emo just wins that fight against Wabbit. Just nothing is working in their favor here, unfortunately, for 3s up.
And that's it.
Wow.
Yeah. Team melts. They get the fuse, and they get a 14th round. 1 away from match point. 3-step again. Once again, bought up. They are on a 5-round loss streak, 4-round loss streak, going on 5. I mean, it's only more incentive to buy once again, and again, are on their last limbs here. Just looking to keep Ace Gaming away from match point. It's going to be tough. They have AKs, they have nades on 3 players. They don't on 2. And that will seriously count against them, considering, you know, Ace Gaming have an op and they've got Molotovs on everybody.
Also interesting thing to see that the M4 A1 silence is very prominent for Ace Gaming's side, trying to shoot those like laser beams. So Luke Lawrence puts that to work as Professor Chaos trying to play it so aggressively, picks up the AK-47 as well, gets a double kill. Now the lineup comes through. He spots the 3rd one, spams him down to almost no HP, but just like that, 3 simultaneous kills come through, and Emo gets a double kill to end it. With a nade, touchdown, and it's game point just like that for Ace Gaming.
Wow, what a way to go. All of a sudden, a 3-step get 3 trades at the end of Long B after Lawrence gets 2 frags and does like 80 damage to someone else.
Yeah.
And then Emo comes through with the Orc nade.
Oh boy.
And now Ace are on match point, and 3-step are on 1 more buy. This is literally like 5 buys in a row from 3-step.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing they could do, right? It's game point situation for Ace Gaming. They have to force buy whenever they, for every single round for the rest of this. So despite them, even if they win this round here and they lose so many guns, they're still at a situation where they won't have enough firepower for the round after. So far, it's that 3 versus 2, as we mentioned before. The Tech-9s comes in. And there you go, Professor Chaos getting the 3rd one there. So it's a good thing that they only, or actually a 4th one. So it's a good thing they only lost 2 guys.
Wow, look how low
They're able to drop.
Ace Gaming actually are. I mean, everyone has been kind of expensive, I suppose, and it's slowly taking a toll on them. To the point that Ace are just half armoring. I mean, they're not even buying after winning 5 rounds in a row. I don't think 3-step will expect this. I mean, they've picked up 2 ops for themselves. They're going to be moving over towards Long B, and they're doing it fast. I mean, you can hear these hooves stomping. But it looks like Ace have decided to stack up A with some fast rotations coming out, but will be too late.
Deagle coming in from McNutty. Spots 3 of them, does not connect a single shot. Drop that Deagle. Emo then killed by Arya as they're pushing aggressively now for 3s up at the entrance of the B site. And just like that, it should be the easy round coming through indeed for 3s up. Nothing more you could add there, actually. It's basic pistol save. I don't think they had armor as well for Ace Gaming because they wanted to have enough for this round.
Yeah, literally broke. And wow, it's actually going to be a double save after winning 5 rounds in a row. I don't even know how that's possible, but
yeah, it came down to those Tech-9 buys that came, those force buys that came in 3s up.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting a few kills here and there. You're losing rounds, but you're also forcing the economy a lot from Ace Gaming side. So
yeah, 3-step are going to be weary of the fact that they're going up against a save, and I mean a save once again.
Abe getting that kill. Emo retaliating it back. Emo. Oh, nice. Another TK coming through here, courtesy of Ace Gaming. This is the 2nd time this happens in this game. Trying to give 3s up a bit of a chance, I guess. And look at Wabbit missing those shots. Pays the price as he gets picked up by Hitman. But you could see how frustrated Wabbit could be now, where there's shots that he should have hit. So now the bomb is planted. Fnatic is just looking for exit kills now. And you know what? Looks like Fnatic might be able to get his name back if they win the next round for Ace Gaming.
Is that what they said? Is that the agreement?
Yep. It was Wabbit versus Rabbit. And Rabbit said whoever wins this match gets to keep their name.
Ooh. So does that mean Rabbit turns his name into like...
I don't know what Wabbit would be.
Yeah, what would Wabbit be? What's his backup name? That's what I want to know.
We'll have to ask him. Bomb is going to go off, though. 15-8 is our score. Now enough economy has been saved for Ace Gaming to go for an AWP this round. They'll give it to McNutty indeed. So he's going to be opted towards B side at the Fountain or Chicken Coop. But look at that. You were talking about it here. You don't really see many double op setups on T side, but 3Zup's doing it.
Yeah, they're doing it. I mean, I wonder what they're going to do with them.
Well, I mean, it's not much because if you're going to try to work towards this B side, as soon as there's smokes, you already narrowed down 2 guys that are just going to wait for a smoke to dissipate for a good, like, 30 seconds.
I mean, yeah, like McNutty just has such an advantage here, just waiting for someone to peek him. There's only one angle they can do it from. Everyone just smokes the left side of the box and then peeks the right. Though suddenly the angle is not his anymore, and now he's watching drop. But will they walk into his crosshair?
Well, Hitman's also there for support. Oh, he saw his back. This
Oh,
double
good
clicking is just off timing right now, and finally he connects to McNutty. Drops in the front, trying to go for the no-scope, but Glorians gets the headshot, quickly retaliated by Wabbit. And now Wabbit's the last man standing, 2 versus 1, knows that Ones is inside the drop zone. Looking for that bomb, there you go. And he spots them both.
Whoa.
He gets the first kill on to Emo, but he's dinked at the same time. But he does have an op, that's all he needs. The peek comes through, and Hitman gets the kill, and it's going to be 16-8 with Ace Gaming winning this match against 3Zup. And at the end of the day, 3Zup leaves this group 0-3.
Yeah, they do. I mean, there wasn't much to fight for here, obviously, in the third match.
Oh, still.
I mean, bragging rights, I suppose.
Right, yeah.
But they do finish 0-3 on land, and that's quite unfortunate. They showed some promise, obviously, like coming really close versus Nexus, who did play out of their minds.
Yeah.
But we're an underdog nonetheless, and now it's Ace Gaming to have a little bit of dignity here, winning 1 round.
Yeah,
Or 1 map.
1 map at least, and a little bit disappointing more for 3Zup. But we're going to be moving on to these second groups fairly soon, so that means that we've completed the seedings as well for the top 2 advancing. So you have CLG Gaming, or CLG Blue, that actually finished with a 3-0 record after winning against Nexus 16-6. Nexus are at 2-1, so they'll be advancing as well with the number 2 seed after winning against 3Zup and also Ace Gaming 16-14 and 16-7 respectively. Coming up next, though, is going to be Group B. We will have the Complexity Method, CLG Red, and also Splice. And that's going to be 3 matches that we're going to give you guys and bring it forward to guys. And then we'll have the best out of 3 semifinals for at least one of them. Because, again, we are tight on schedule with what's going on with the Canadian Video Game Awards. So we have to get as much completed today so we could give you guys tomorrow the second semi-final match and also the grand finals that are also best out of 3 single elimination. So that being said, do you have any final words before we move on into a commercial break, Launders?
No surprises, I think.
Well, there is some surprises, I think, with 3Zup.
With your 3-Zup, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Though they were up in the air, so
Yeah.
I guess just some statements have been made.
Yep.
And I think yeah, Nexus have definitely made a name for themselves. So
What do you
there's
think
something
about
to say
3Zups now, actually? 3Zup, when they're actually going to leave this event now, what's going to happen in terms of them trying to pick themselves up? Because they lost against basically 2 pugs in this group. Now, what's going to happen to the team after? Do you think, because we've seen a lot of roster shakeups these days, and there's so far some gaps that we have to fill for some of the teams as well, right? You have Complexity, who
I mean, let's just say it would be very NA of them to lose 3 maps and then make a roster change.
yeah, standard.
Standard.
NA shakeup, NA shuffle number 5.
Hopefully they don't. It seems like they are like happy as a team.
Yeah.
Maybe they were all firing on all cylinders at this time, or at this event, and at the end of the day, it was only 3 maps.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit disappointed in their results for sure.
Interesting enough, we'll move on to the group matches in the B side very soon. But we're going to take a quick break before, give ourselves a little bit of food in our bellies so we could get some more energy to give you guys some more CSGO action here. So we'll be back, Vansili and Launders, live here at the Matinee Athletic Center for the first ever Northern Arena event.
At CS Boxing.